Today is International Literacy Day, the campaign underscoring the importance of reading and writing as an essential skill. Now, in South Africa, some 78% of grade 4 learners are functionally illiterate. Now, the Gcina Masiko Trust is committed to enhancing the culture of reading and the promotion of African writers in underprivileged schools. In fact, for more now on the story, we're joined by the founder of that trust, Dr. Gcina Mhlophe herself. Dr. Mhlophe, it's great to have you with us this morning on the program. I mean, that statistics that we've just read out to our viewers, grade 4 pupils, grade 4 learners are functionally illiterate in many schools in our country. I mean, the answer to that is reading with your children from a very young age, or at least one of the answers.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on your program, and greet the viewers. To talk about children who cannot read functionally, it is really a very sad thing, but also I think we changed the system in the syllabus too often, because the most important thing in a school is for the first 2 years at least, or 3 years, is to focus on reading and writing, reading and writing. Once they've got that down, they can move easily to the other grades and take it forward with their education. And yes, parents should read for their children, with their children. It is extremely important also that in the communities we live in, there should be access to books. If not new books, then second-hand books. Knowledge is always very, very new when you haven't touched it, when you haven't tasted it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the issue of reading, why it is such an important one, so integral to our children's schooling careers, is really that it underpins every other kind of learning.
Extremely important. Without reading, you cannot use any of the gadgets that we talk about, whether it's reading, or people say they want to use their Kindle, or they want to Google and find information online, or study online in these difficult COVID-19 times. But when you don't know how to read, to comprehend, to retain information, it cannot assist you. So it's extremely important then that organizations that are promoting literacy throughout the country should be supported, and they should work hand in hand with the different departments around which they are working.
This issue of being able to read for understanding, just clarify that for us, because, you know, there are ways that children are able to memorize perhaps words that they see often, but reading for understanding, how is that? How do we fare on that skill?
It's no use reading and memorizing, because once that chunk of more information that you've memorized is replaced by another and replaced by another, it's no use to you. But if you read to understand, it's going to help you when you are retaining, when you are finding out new information. All refers to that. Yes, I remember in the other book, they said this and this and this and this, and then you hear somebody mention something at a workshop or at school, or when you are with certain friends and somebody mentions something you've never heard of before, and then it triggers something because you read to understand, and you comprehended what you were reading. And also, it's extremely important for us to promote African languages or indigenous languages in any part of the world. We are so much in a hurry to get our children to understand English only. And then later on, we think they can grasp their mother tongues. We think, how are they going to do that if they start with a foreign language? So it's extremely important then to make sure that one is grounded in the space where they are, and learn the texture, the beauty, the magic of their own mother tongue. By the time you get into the English language, you'll be fine. Here we are. We did not study English at sub A, sub B, standard 1, standard 2, but here we are. We speak with the best around the world. So it's very sad that many parents are robbing their children of their sense of identity. So people must read to comprehend, yes, but we must make ourselves be the examples that children can look up to and say, they can do this, I can do it too.
Yeah. And in fact, the Gcina Masiko Arts and Heritage Trust on this International Literacy Day is actually celebrating a lot of new innovations in the sector insofar as the work that the trust itself is doing.
Absolutely. This is a big day for us, International Day of Literacy. We do something every year. And I'm drawing back now. Our literacy campaign, which is Newzroom, Mother of Books, started in 2001. And we had visited at least 4 provinces by the time we decided, okay, we're ready now. This train is moving. We had a big, big celebration at the Civic Theatre in Johannesburg on the 8th of September 2001. I think one of the most amazing things is that we had the great Zimnawana band performing Lulu Gonzana. They are no longer with us, but their spirits are with us as we celebrate 20 years of the Newzroom literacy campaign. And one of the schools we visited in the first year was Sibonile Primary School in what is it called, near Katlehong. And we visited many schools promoting literacy, donating books and all of that. But this year, it is the 20th anniversary of the literacy campaign. In April, on World Book Day, we had a big event to celebrate. Awesome. This time, we are celebrating something else. The book that was published in 2001, which is called Newzroom, Mother of Books, telling the story. Now it is coming out in Braille.
Wow. For
people who are blind or partially sighted, and I'm very excited. It's a milestone for us as an organization.
Wow.
And so today, there'll be a few people in different communities where they will be reading this book in Braille. And on Saturday, we're having a big launch under the storytelling tree at the Bluff Showgrounds, which is a place where we do events almost once a month.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And huge congratulations on the incredible work that you're doing. I want to just ask you one last question. It seems that we are struggling a bit with our connection to you. But the issue of improving literacy overall, you talked about this innovation in the Braille community. You're also taking great strides in the deaf community as well.
Oh yes, we work a lot with children from the schools where they do sign language, and I'm thinking more and more of us as storytellers should use Braille, should learn to speak the sign language, to use sign language. It is another one of our official languages. And the schools we visit are some of the schools where we are renovating their libraries and donating books, and they're amazing. The teachers there and the learners, they love stories, and we work with them. One of the schools in Chatsworth is called Gwavulindlebe School of the Deaf. Every year on my birthday, they bake my cake. The 24th of October, which is our National Storytelling Day. So storytelling in the written form, the oral tradition, and sign language, all of it, let's bring it together. It is a way of getting to the books, of getting people interested in literacy and knowing that there's magic in the book.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the incredible work that you continue to do in the sector in terms of improving literacy in our communities. Dr. Gcina Mhlophe is with the Gcina Masiko Arts and Heritage Trust as we reflect on today, International Literacy Day. As South Africa, we still have quite a long way to go. 78% of our grade 4 learners currently functionally illiterate. Dr. Mhlophe, thanks very much for your time indeed.